coming up. Hey guys, so right, this minute is really going very quickly. Doesn't time fly when you're trying not to have too much fun? I literally just watched the 10-minute long video that I posted the day before London Pride. And the first time I watched it back, and I noticed how hyper I was, how quick and speedy I was talking about this and that. Oh, my teeth look very white. Maybe it's just UV. Could be. I'm hoping that. If you look up closely, they're not white. Anyway, so I just want to break down a little bit more about that day. London Pride was a very stressful day for me anyway. Even after that video I sent, just looking forward to it and getting excited, it was a stressful day. And then the week after that was even more stressful, which was for this week in London. And it always follows Gay Pride because it's a chance for everyone who's anyone, LGBTQ+, come in, and it's a very queer event in terms of everyone may be able to express themselves in whatever way they want. It is actually quite hot. And in my last video I pointed to this, and I talked a bit about well, hinting of what this was. And obviously on my Facebook, on my Twitter, my Instagram, you guys all know a bit more about the people behind me. Now let's bring him, because he is, how I say, okay, let's go. I'm kind of using this as my epiphany of why I have a pup mentality. Let's call it pup mentality. Because I need to get used to being wearing him, and I'm interested to see how this is going to do with voice and sound travelling. But as you can see here, with the word hero, and this guy here, he evidently saved my life, in terms of he was the catalyst, my rock, my indication that when I had problems with mental health and problems with feeling invisible, feeling like I wasn't good enough to make it in this world, or not make it in this world, it makes me sound like I'm threatening to take my own life, which I'm not. I'm quite honest by saying that. I just want to take this up again. So sometimes when I have Richard's here and I talk, I can do it quite naturally. I can do it quite charismatically, and you know, everyone knows me. I'm always a talker. Yes, I talk too fast, but it is a way in which I communicate and have done so in the past. But in the past few months or few years in London, I've kind of lost that ability. And this is where I think London has sucked the energy from me, because I feel like my voice wasn't being heard. I feel like I had no place or box to fit into, and I was very lonely. Because it's hard. Being lonely is probably one of the hardest things. Being really on your own is one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. Finding someone I can rely on, or having a boyfriend, or having a partner, having someone I can really talk to, or someone who understood me enough to not even say anything, just go, right, I know what you need to do, buy me something, or just something just made me go, I thought of Richard today and I'm going to buy him this. It's never really happened. Not truly anyway. I've always been the youngest, the outsider, the one who was never. Everyone's still waiting for me to settle down or waiting for me to get a life. And I'm not saying never say never, because it will come. Like I said, I'm 31. But this boy. So I used to get nicknamed. Oh, he's cute. He's like puppy like. One of my very good friends who's Greek called me Davaki, which is the puppy. And it kind of followed me my first 3 years in London. And I didn't even want to have a hood for a long time, because I always kind of had this. And a very good friend bought me this because it was like, oh, he's a cute boy, pup, yeah. That was the endearing thing I had. That was my thing. But there was something to say about putting on a hood and creating an identity. And a lot of people find pups as a way when they put on the hood. You kind of go into playful mode. You kind of feel like just want to run around. And it's kind of weird to be talking and actually doing this because I don't usually go into weird pup mode. But red is like my magic colour. Red is my good luck charm because red is what I dance in salsa. Red is how I've always enjoyed. Red was sort of Saturday night, dressing up with a red shirt. And red, as a matter of fact, it's over there, I can't do it. Red was. Can I pull this off and not get attached? The leader of Power Rangers. Now, everyone has their own superheroes growing up. When we were younger, we used to live in Trevana Lane in Connor Downs, and those of us who used to live on the lane used to always play Power Rangers. We used to go and climb the trees and run around, but everyone had their own superheroes. Some had Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and I had the Power Rangers because it was all about overcoming no matter what came along each year, each season. There was always a bad guy, a new villain to do. We did Repulsor, Lord Zed, all that lot. I'm getting faster now because I'm getting excited. But Power Rangers always worked as a team, and it always showed about how teamwork, how communication, how always being there for each other. When you're there for each other and you work together as one, you can overcome anything. And I've always believed that mantra. I've always believed that there's no I in team. There's no I in pup. And in a weird way, I have a Ranger team. And in a weird way, I feel like, you know when they take the helmets off, they go click, click. And they put it under themselves like that. So in a weird way, I am living out my ultimate childhood fantasy. And Power Rangers was always about kung fu fighting and shit like that, but it taught me much more valuable lessons than what I do now. It taught me how to work in a team, working in a restaurant, or how to work in a kitchen. It taught me how to communicate, because sometimes they would wear the helmets, you couldn't see what they were talking, but the Japanese would gesticulate based on how they would dub over the voices from Japanese to English. But more than anything, my pup, Astro his name is, so everyone get used to calling him Astro, and that's his name up there. But this guy, when no one else was able to be there for me, and I couldn't ask for help, or knew how to ask for help, he was my hero. And a lot of you don't know this or understand that, but I hope with this video that you do, because you remember the most important things in life, the lessons you were taught from a child, the lessons you taught yourself, and the morals, or the knowing who you are. And I've always used the hashtag, be your own hero. And to this day that I am. I am where I am today because I looked deep inside myself and found the real me, the true hero. But it is because of watching shows like Power Rangers, shows where they work as a team, they work in a unit. You have to rely on people to get through in this life, but sometimes you have to look inside yourself and go, I can do this. I can achieve my goals. I can really be the hero I want to be. And then one day when I become a father, I'll be that hero too. I want to be a father. I want to raise kids. I want to watch Power Rangers with them. And to this day it still goes. And so the legacy lives on. So to finish the video, I go, once a ranger, always a ranger.